Alrighty, friends, let's get our key done. Let's put our name here, Mrs. Key. Let's see, a pair of 33. Okay, well, let's look at the diagram first. Use the diagram below to name the following. Fill in all the angles first. Fill in all the angles first. I'm going to start with that 50. Across from the 50, right here, that has to also be 50. And then we've got 50 and 26 and 14. Well, 26 and 14 is 30, and then 40 and 50 is 90. So this is a 90-degree angle right here, which means that up here is a 90-degree angle. And we've used 33 of that, so that's 57. Using that vertical angle idea, this is also 57, this is also 33. Again, using vertical angles, that's 14. So now I filled in all the angles. So a pair of 33-degree vertical angles. So that would be like EDG and KDI. A pair of supplementary angles. So supplementary angles are two angles that add up to 180. Let's be lazy and pick GDA and GDB. Pair of complementary angles. Those are two angles that add up to 90. So I'm going to go ahead and pick GDE and EDA. A linear pair. Well, luckily, in number 2, I picked a pair of supplementary angles that were connected, GDA and GDB. I'm going to mark those in blue here, GDA and GDB. They're both 90 degrees, actually. And so I'm going to pick those again for my linear pair, because a linear pair is two angles that are supplementary and adjacent. So those angles are both supplementary and adjacent. An obtuse angle adjacent to JDH. So JDH is right here. Maybe an obtuse angle would go to here, so that would be HDB. Angle HDB. A right angle adjacent to ADJ. So ADJ, getting a little confused with all my markings, so let's get rid of some of these. ADJ is right here, and we want a right angle adjacent to that. So I need two angles that add up to 90. Well, that's right here, right? I already marked that. So ADG. A pair of 116-degree obtuse angles. Well, let's see. I had 90, and then I need 90 and 26. So 90 is right here, and then 26 is right here. So this angle, FDK, and then I also have 26 over here. I don't know if I ever filled that in, but I'll have 90 and 26, so that's JDG. JDG. Obtuse angles are between 90 and 180. Acute angles are between 0 and 90. Right angles are 90, and straight angles are 180 degrees. Name all alternate interior angles. So alternate interior angles, the interior is here, and then the exterior is out here and out here. So alternate interior, that would be like 4 and 6 and 3 and 5. Corresponding angles, those are all about the same position. So like 1 and 5, 2 and 6, maybe I should put an and here instead of a comma, and 2 and 6, 3 and 7, 3 and 7, and then 4 and 8. And generally speaking, on your quiz, you just have to identify a pair of those. Alternate exterior, so those ones have to be on the outside, and they have to be alternating. So like 1 and 7 would be an example, and 2 and 8 would be an example. Same side interior. That would be, say, 4 and 5, so they got to be inside and on the same side. 3 and 6. What is the name of the transversal? We'll call it George. No, I'm just kidding. It's right up there. I crossed it out, but it's C. How many angles must be congruent to angle 1, if any? Well, we don't know that A and B are parallel. If A and B were parallel, then there would be a bunch. Since A and B are not parallel, just angle 3, and that's because of vertical angles. Or verticals. Vertical angles. Vertical angles are congruent. And now, let's see what else we got. Down here, find the value of x. So these are same side interior. Same side interior. And that means they're supplementary. So x plus 132 plus x plus 62 equals 180. Let's go ahead and combine these. So that's going to be 2x, and we'll combine these. 132 and 62 is 194. And 180 is still there. We will now subtract 194 from both sides. Get negative 14. Divide by 2 and get negative 7. And now if you're saying, whoa, I got a negative for an x, that's super weird. If we plug that in here, 62 minus 7 is 55. 132 minus 7 is 125. Well, 125 and 55 make 180, so we did it correctly. These angles are alternate interior, and they must be congruent. Congruent. So that means 12x minus 1 equals 10x plus 15. We must choose a side for our variables, so let's go ahead and subtract 10x from both sides. I picked the left for my variables because 12 is bigger than 10. Let's add 1 to both sides. So 2x is 16, and let's divide by 2. So x is 8. If we plug it back in, that's 80 plus 15 is 95. And then 12 times 8 is 96, minus 1 is 9. Oh, look, we got the same answer, so we did it correctly. Good way to check to make sure you're doing things in the correct way.